It's too bad that, based on the book by Ty Cobb by Al Stump in 1994, a lot of people believe that Mickey Cochran lived out his final days on the subsistence of Ty Cobb. Don't think that was really true. His family says that Ty Cobb did make a loan to Mickey Cochran, but that Cochran paid it back when he sold his Montana ranch in the 1950s. Was Mickey Cochran one of the greatest catchers who ever lived? Well, there's only I think 13 catchers in the Hall of Fame, and he does have some numbers and statistics and accomplishments to back that up. 320 lifetime hitter, 419 on base percentage. He drew a lot of walks and didn't strike out much. There was one season he only struck out 8 times. Didn't hit a lot of home runs. Didn't have to. He hit ahead of men like Al Simmons, Jimmy Fox, Hank Greenberg. He was trying to get on base, but he had power. He had a lot of triples. He had a lot of doubles, and his slugging percentage is near the top 100 in baseball history. So he had some power. Mickey Cochran never played on a team that finished below third place. He led the Philadelphia A's to 3 World Championships, or 3 American League Championships, 2 World Championships, and he helped the Detroit Tigers to 2 American League pennants and 1 World Championship. With the Tigers, he was also player-manager. Cochran was a very popular player during the Depression. He came up from poor roots, and people looked up to him. He worked his way up. He actually, baseball wasn't his favorite sport. He did get to college, played football in college at Boston College, and he preferred football. But football in the 1920s wasn't going to pay the bills, so in order to make money, he went to baseball. And they needed a catcher. He didn't really like catching, but by default, they needed a catcher, so that's where he played, and he learned. He tutored under men like Cy Perkins, and Ty Cobb was with him in 26 and 27 to help develop some of the fierceness that he brought to the field. He was a fierce competitor. I would say he's certainly one of the top 5 catchers. Yogi Berra, Bill Dickey, Roy Campanella, Johnny Bench are up there, and I had that wrong. There's 15 catchers in the Hall of Fame. But Mickey Cochran was clearly one of the best. Pitch calling was one of his talents. He helped Lefty Grove to a 16-game winning streak, and he helped Schoolboy Roy in 1934 to a 16-game winning streak. Today, Mickey Cochran and the Philadelphia A's will be taking on the 1934 Cardinals in this elimination game, final game of the first round of the all-time great tournament.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hello everybody, this is Apba Brian with Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you game number 80 of the All-Time Greats Tournament. This is the last game of the first round. Game 3 between the 1931 A's and the 1934 St. Louis Cardinals. We've had our starting lineups. We're ready to play ball. Let's play ball. Rube Wahlberg, a grade B pitcher. Y modifier is pitching to Pepper Martin. We're using the Merino boards, but I do straight basics with the pitcher's grades. Advanced for base stealing, fielding, and base advance. Here's a pitch to Pepper Martin. 35 is a 9. He gets a B. That's going to be a base hit for the Cardinals. They get the first man on. B24 stealing And Wahlberg's move to first is +1. I think we learned that there's no number in the throwing rating for Cochran. However, we're going to, because it's catcher 9, we're assigned +5, so it'd be 6 off if he tries to steal. Here is Jack Rothrock. 1-3 is a 14. That's going to be a base on balls. The first 2 runners are on. Here is Ripper Collins, the first baseman. .22, that's a hit column roll for Rip Collins. And that's going to be a 21-6, a double. Both runners score, and the Cardinals are up to a 2-0 lead in the first. First 3 Cardinals have reached. Here is Ducky Medwick. 42 is a 9. That's going to be a hit, I believe. And Collins scores unless he's a slow runner. He's not. 3-0 St. Louis. Timeout. This being a do-or-die game, the Philadelphia A's are going to go right to their bullpen. And Lee Mahaffey will be brought in to pitch. He's a grade C pitcher, Y and W modifiers. Medwick is at first base, no outs. Frankie Frisch, the Cardinals player manager, comes to bat. 23 is a 12. That's going to be a double play. Or W. That's a walk, not a double play. So the misery for the A's continues, first and second. Here is Spud Davis. .31 is a 9 against a C. 26 is the play result. That's going to be a pop-up on the infield caught by Max Bishop, and the A's have secured their first out. Ernie Orsetti. 26 is a fly ball to right field, caught by Al Simmons, 2 out, and now Leo DeRocher. 42 is a 23. And that is a fielding column 1. That's going to be a foul strike. Catcher is injured on the foul tip. So we'll have to roll for Mickey Cochran. J2 is his injury rating. All right, that roll 32 means Mickey Cochran's going to be injured for 7 games, so he goes out. Johnny Heving comes in to catch for the Philadelphia A's. Here's the pitch to Leo DeRocher. There's 1 strike on DeRocher. 44 is a 8 against a C. Single, 1 run scores. Medwick scores. The other runner goes to third. 4-0 St. Louis. Here's the pitcher, Walker, and the Cardinals will have batted around. This couldn't be a more awful start for the A's, losing their catcher and falling 4 runs behind. 16 is a 13. That's a swing and a miss for strike 3. But St. Louis pours it on in the first. They're up 4-0. A's will get a turn to bat. All right, Max Bishop will lead off for the A's. He's a good get-on-base guy. Here is the pitch to Max Bishop. 65 is a pop-up to the catcher, caught by Spud Davis, 1 down. Mule Haas. 22 is a hit column roll for Mule Haas. And 33 is a drive. It might be, it could be, it is out of here. Mule Haas goes over the wall for the first run for the A's. It's now St. Louis 4, Philadelphia 1. Catcher Johnny Heving comes to bat. 34 is a fly ball to center field. It's 2 outs. And now Al Simmons. 53 is a 15. They'll test the left fielder, Rothrock. That's a base hit for Al Simmons. That gives Jimmy Fox a chance to hit with a man on base. Here's the pitch to the beast, Jimmy Fox. 51 is a 9. Base hit for Fox. Simmons goes to second, first and second, Philadelphia. Bing Miller. One roll. That's a hit column roll for Bing Miller. 12 is a 11. Simmons scores, and Fox will go to second. RBI single for Bing Miller. It is 4-2, and Philadelphia has gotten up off the deck to have an answer. Jimmy Dykes comes to bat. First and second. There are 2 down. Here's the pitch to Jimmy Dykes. 62 is a 22. That's a balk unless he's BK0. And he has a BK0, so we'll just call that a ball. It's not a balk. 1-5 is the roll. That's a 8 against a B. And that is going to be a, looks like a, say first and second. .26 is a infield fly to second base. 3 outs. The A's scored twice. Go to the top of the second is St. Louis 4, Philadelphia 2. Second base, that ends the inning. We go to the top of the second inning. 4-2 Cardinals. All right, Pepper Martin led off the game with a base hit and scored. Here he is in the top of the second inning, leading off again with a 1-1 roll. That's a hit column roll for Pepper Martin. 1-3 is going to be a triple. 3 bases for Martin. And Cardinals are applying pressure right away. Again, here is Jack Rothrock. Runner on third, no outs. Here's the pitch to Rothrock. 26 is a 27. Infield is playing back. It's ground out to third, and the runner holds 5-3. Still playing back, and Ripper Collins. 26 is a ground out to second base, 4-3, and the run scores. 5-2 St. Louis. Base is clear, 2 outs, and now Ducky Medwick singled and drove in a run his first time up. 43 is a roller back to Mahaffey, who throws the first for the third out. Go to the bottom of the second, it is 5-2 St. Louis. Bill Walker will deal to Dib Williams, Rube Wahlberg, and then Max Bishop. Here's the pitch to Williams. 45 is a base on balls. Both pitchers are rated with a W walk. The choice was for the Cardinals could have gone with Tex Carlton, who was a Z pitcher, but he is grade C. So there's always a lot of wonder between, is it better to have a BW pitcher or a C with no W? Williams at first. The pitcher Mahaffey will sacrifice. Scores around the bunt. Here's the roll, 62. Strike one. Foul ball. .22, that is a 8. 1-4 covering first, sacrifice. And Williams goes to second. There's one down. He's in scoring position for Max Bishop. .62 is a 36. Wild pitch. If WP2 or 3 only, and he's a wild pitch 1, so it's just a ball. 55, 8, 26 play result. That's going to be a ground out to second base, and that is taken by Frankie Frisch, who throws to first. Williams goes to third. There's 2 outs. Mule Haas, who homered in the first inning. Here's the pitch to Mule Haas. 55 is a 7, and that's going to be a base hit. That will score Williams. 5-3 St. Louis. Now Johnny Heving, who had to come in the first inning when Mickey Cochran was injured on a foul tip. 34 is a fly ball to center field, 3 outs. But the A's add 1 in the second. We go to the top of the third. We've had scoring in each half inning. It's 5-3 St. Louis. Frankie Frisch leads off for the Cardinals in the top of the third. He played 8 years with the New York Giants after captaining the baseball, football, and basketball teams at Fordham University. He was a second-team All-America halfback at Fordham, and now he's in his 7th year with the Cardinals. Here's the pitch to Frankie Frisch. 64 is a 36. I think that's a ball. Or W, that's going to be a base on balls. That's a walk. C20 stealing, that's going to change, let's see, because we had a different catcher. Mahaffey's a 0, and Heaving is a grade 7 catcher. So that's going to be, if I start with 5 for grade 9 and take 3 off, 2 for grade 8, minus 1 for a 7 catcher. So that makes Frisch a C21 stealer. Haven't had much running in this series, but he might go here. C21 after 1 out or tied. Excuse me, he could go. C lets him go. 21 is 11-43. He'll be safe. Spud Davis is the hitter. Here goes Frankie Frisch. Throw from Heving. 31, he is safe, stolen base. Spud Davis is going to square around the butt and moving to third if he can. 51 is a 8. 1-4 set, and Frisch goes to third. 1 down. Ernie Orsetti. The Philadelphia A's will elect to play the infield in. Here's the pitch to Orsetti. 1-5 is a 10 against a, that's a single. No, wait a minute. Yes, it's a single and Frisch scores. So Orsetti gets the job done, and now it is St. Louis 6, Philadelphia 3. C20 will be his chance to steal. 11 through 42. There he goes. 12, that is safe. And DeRocher is the batter. Here's the pitch to Leo DeRocher. 25 is an 8 against a C pitcher with the runner on second. That's a single, and the run scores. 7-3 St. Louis. Have piled up 7 hits in this game, 7 runs. Here is the pitcher, Bill Walker. 22, that's a 9 against a C with a runner on first. I think that's an out. Let's see, that's a 26. 4-6 fielder's choice with DeRocher going to second. 2 outs. And here is Pepper Martin, who is 2 for 2 with a single and a triple. Here's the pitch to Pepper Martin. 1-3 is a 14, ball 4. First and second cards. And now Jack Rothrock. Timeout. The A's are going to still go with Mahaffey. Here's the pitch to Rothrock. 1-1 roll. That's a hit column roll for Rothrock. And 34 is a 11. Let's see. First and second. That's going to be one scores. The other one goes to third. DeRocher scores. It is St. Louis 8 and Philadelphia 3. And that's all for Leroy Mahaffey. Jim Peterson will come on to pitch for Philadelphia. He is a grade D pitcher, Y and Z modifiers. Ripper Collins is the batter. 1-6 is a 28. And that is going to be the end of the inning. Ground ball to shortstop, 6-3. That closes out the inning, but the Athletics score 3 runs to take an 8-3 lead. All right, Bill Walker returns to the mound for the Cardinals, and leading off for Philadelphia is Al Simmons. One for one, scored in the first. 32 is a roller to second base, and that is taken by Frankie Frisch to throw to first, 1 down. Jimmy Fox averaged 40 home runs a year in the decade of the 1930s. 43 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, Walker. He throws to Collins at first. There's 2 outs. Now the center fielder, Bing Miller. 61 is a ground out to DeRocher at shortstop. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the 4th. St. Louis 8 and Philadelphia 3. All right, Jim Peterson out of the University of Pennsylvania will pitch to Ducky Midwick, Frankie Frisch, and Spud Davis in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch to Medwick. 26 is a 27. Ground out to third base. Jimmy Dykes throws the first. 1 down. Frankie Frisch. 63 is a fly out the center field. 2 down. Bing Miller with a catch. And Spud Davis, the catcher. 1-3 is going to be a base on balls. Two outs, and here is Ernie Orsetti. 1 for 2 with an RBI. 51 is a 8. It's going to be a single, and the winner will go to third. First and third Cardinals. Leo DeRocher. 3-3 roll. That's a hit column roll for what Babe Ruth called the All-American out. 44 is going to be a triple for Leo DeRocher. 2-run score, and it is 10-3 St. Louis. Pitcher Bill Walker comes to bat. 51 is a swing and miss for strike 3. 3 outs for the Cardinals, but they score 3 runs. Let's see, if they score 3 runs, it should be 11. Okay, they scored 2 runs. So, yeah, Davis scored, Orsetti scored, DeRocher is stranded at third, so it is 10-3 St. Louis. Jimmy Dykes will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning for Philadelphia. 46 is a swing and a miss for strike 3, 1 down. Dib Williams. 26 is a 27. That's going to be a ground out to the third baseman, Pepper Martin. Throws to first, 2 outs. And now Jim Peterson will stay in the game and hit for himself. The only pitcher left for Philadelphia is Bill Shores. He's a DRW pitcher, and Romo pitched 2 innings yesterday. So here's the pitch to Peterson. 44 is an 8, fly out to center field. We go to the 5th inning, St. Louis 10, Philadelphia 3. Pepper Martin will lead off the 5th for St. Louis. He is 2 for 2 today, 4 for 10 in the series. 33 is a double for Pepper Martin. Jack Rothrock. 64 is a strikeout. Ripper Collins. Collins is 1 for 3, double, 3 RBIs. 56 is a strikeout. 2 down. And now Ducky Medwick. This will be the first time the A's have kept the Cardinals off the scoreboard. Let's see if they can do it. Here's Medwick. 51, that's an 8. And that's a single, and the run scores. So they can't do it. Cardinals have scored in every half inning. It's 11-3. Here's the pitch to Frankie Frisch. 62 is a 26. Runner on first is ground out to second base. He goes a short way to get Medwick, 4-6. And that is the end of the 5th. Cardinals score 1. It's 11-3. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the order, Max Bishop, 426 on base percentage and 1931. Here's the pitch from Walker. 32 is a ground ball to second base, taken there by Frankie Frisch to throw to first, 1 down. Here's Mule Haas. 1-1 roll for Haas. That's a hit column roll. He has a home run in the first. 61 is a double for Mule Haas. Johnny Heving, who had to replace Mickey Cochran in that disastrous first inning where he was injured on a foul tip. Here's the pitch to Johnny Heving. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Caught, and an F runner can tag and go to third. And Mule Haas is not fast, so he stays at second. Al Simmons. 24 is a strikeout. So that strands Haas at second. We go to the top of the sixth inning, St. Louis 11 and Philadelphia 3. The pitcher, Bill Walker, leads off the Cardinals' seventh inning. They're up by 8. 35 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. 1 down. Pepper Martin. 35 is a single. And Pepper Martin is 4 for 4 on the day. Jack Rothrock. 1-1 roll for Rothrock. Squares it up. Second column roll. 31 is a 5. That's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A home run for Jack Rothrock. And St. Louis takes a 13-3 lead. And the horse is out of the barn. The Cardinals have a 10-run lead. No mercy rule in Major League Baseball. Here is Ripper Collins. 51's a single. Joe Medwick. 36 is 2 balls and no strikes. And 35 will be a foul out to the A's catcher, Johnny Heving. That's 2 away. Here is Frankie Frisch. Frisch is the only Cardinal who doesn't have a hit today. He is 0 for 2, walked twice. 65 is going to be a foul out to Heving, and that's the end of the inning. 2 more runs for St. Louis. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 13-3, St. Louis. Lou Finney will pitch in and lead off for the A's in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch from Bill Walker. He's in his point of weakness inning. 44 is a base hit for Lou Finney. Average speed at first base, Max Bishop. 62 is a 36. Wild pitch 3 will be a wild pitch. He's not a wild pitch 3, so ball 1. 64 is a swing and miss for strike 3. Bishop goes down swinging. There's 1 down. Mulhas. Homer, double, and single. He's got a shot at the cycle. He gets a triple here. There's a second column 2s. There's 3 of those. There's the pitch to Mulhas. 54 is a fly ball to right field. 2 outs. Mickey Cochran is not up. It's would have been batting, but he got injured. Here's Johnny Heving. 23 is a 12. Ground out to, that's a W, so that's a walk. So Heving goes to first base. First and second, there's 2 outs. Al Simmons. That's 2 marks against the point of fatigue for Walker. Pitch to Simmons. 23 is a 12. That's going to be another walk. Bases are loaded. Bill Walker is out of gas. Timeout. Tex Carlton will be brought in to pitch for St. Louis. He is a grade C YZ pitcher, pitching to Jimmy Fox. He'll be a grade B for 1 batter. Same-sidedness. Here's the pitch to the beast, Jimmy Fox. 41 is a 24. That's going to be a ground out to second base, 4-3. That ends the 7th for the A's. Nobody scores. We go to the top of the 8th, 13-3, St. Louis. 30-year-old Bill Shores comes on to pitch for the Cardinals. Here's a pitch to Spud Davis. 55 is an 8. That's going to be a base hit for Davis. That is a 16th hit for the Cardinals. And Davis is a slow runner, so they're going to play it safe on the base pass. Ernie Orsatti is 34, is a fly ball to center field, one away. Leo DeRocher. 1-3 is going to be a walk. First and second Cardinals, that brings up the pitcher Tex Carlton. He'll swing away. 1-2 is a 25, and that is 6-4-3 double play. That closes out the top of the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 13-3 St. Louis. Bing Miller, who is 2 for 9 in this series, will lead off for the Philadelphia A's. They're 10 runs down. 65 is a pop out to the catcher. One away. Here's Jimmy Dykes. 1-5 is a single. Average speed of first, Deb Williams. 6-6 roll, that's going to be a second column roll for the A's shortstop. 23 is a 6 double, and Dykes goes to third. Doug Kramer will be called on to pitch it for Philadelphia. White Hoyt is warming up in the bullpen. He'll pitch the 9th inning for the Athletics. There's a stretch in the pitch by Carlton. 21 is a 30. That's going to be a fly ball to left field. We'll roll the blue dice, see if it's going to be deep enough to score the runner. Medium depth. Well, no, 52 is pretty deep. 52, and we'll add the speed of Jimmy Dykes at third to 52. He is 9 more, so 61. Subtract the arm of Rothrock. 31. Chance to score are high. 31 is 11 through 61. We'll tag up and try it. 1-2, that's safe. So sac fly scores Jimmy Dykes 13-4. There's 2 outs, and Max Bishop comes to bat. .35 is a 14. Walk. Nope. Let's see. I think that's a walk. Yes. So Bishop goes to first. Mule Haas, who has a homer, double, single, he's got another shot at the cycle. Here's the pitch to Mule Haas. 46 is a fly out to right field. 3 outs. The A's score a run. We go to the 9th. 13-4 St. Louis. New pitcher for Philadelphia is White Hoyt. And that is a grade C for Hoyt, R. And the leadoff batter for St. Louis is the top of the Martin. Pepper Martin, top of the order, Pepper Martin. He is 4 for 4. Single, double, triple. He's going for a cycle if he hits one out. Here's a pitch to Pepper Martin. 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll. Let's see if he gets his cycle. 45, he's not going to get it. It's a triple for Pepper Martin. 1 base shy of hitting for the cycle. No outs. He's at third. Jack Rothrock. Infield's back. 35 is a 14. That will be a walk. Here is Collins. 36 is a 33. That's going to be a fly out to center field. See if it's deep enough to score. The runner. Roll is deep, so that's going to be 34 though. 34 plus the base runner's speed at third as Pepper Martin. 18, so 40, 52. Subtract the arm of the left fielder. Milhouse. 52 minus 23 is 19. That's kind of iffy. 19. 11 through 41. He's not going to tag, he'll hold. Here is Ducky Medwick. One down, first and third, infield back. 24 is strike three to Medwick. Two down, and Frankie Frisch. 46 is a ground ball, I think, back to the pitcher. Let's make sure. 1-3, 3 outs. So the Cardinals don't score in the ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth, 13-4, St. Louis. Johnny Heving bats first for the A's. 6-6 roll for Heving. Second column. 34 is a double for Johnny Heving. Al Simmons. That's a 6-6 roll. That's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here for a 2-run homer. Al Simmons makes it 13-6. The A's are down by 7 in the ninth. Jimmy Fox. 33. That's a 5. That's going to be a double for Jimmy Fox. So the A's have come up swinging in the ninth. Double homer double. Here is Bing Miller. That will do it for Tex Carlton. Dazzy Vance would be called on to try to finish out the ninth inning. Bing Miller comes to bat. He's 1 for 4 on the day. 1-1 roll for Bing Miller. He gets into one. 43 is a single. And runner will score. Fox crosses the plate. It is 13-6, St. Louis. Still no outs. So 3 runs given up by Carlton in 1 1/3 innings. Here is Jimmy Dykes against Dazzy Vance. 1-1 roll for Dykes. Suddenly the A's are getting all the dice rolls. Here is a 22. It's a drive. It's not going to go out, but it will be a triple, scoring Miller. And Dykes settles in at third. 13-7. Here's Deb Williams. 5 batters in the ninth. We had double, homer, double, single, and triple. The Philadelphia A's have hit for the cycle in the ninth inning. Dazzy Vance goes into his stretch. Here's the pitch to Deb Williams. 23 is a 12. That's going to be a double play. That's going to be a fly ball right field. The runner tries to tag, and he's thrown out at home by the right fielder, Joe Medwick. So 2 outs. Bases are clear. All right, Eric McNair will be called on to pitch hit for the pitcher. 2 outs in the ninth. Here is the pitch from Dazzy Vance. 52 is a ball hit on the ground. 27, that is a Ground out to the shortstop or third baseman 5-3. And that's your ball game. Final score, St. Louis 13 and Philadelphia 7. We'll be back with a wrap. Well, it all comes up roses for St. Louis in Game 3 of the series with the 31 Philadelphia A's. Their first 5 batters reached, first 4 scored in the first inning, and they never looked back. St. Louis scored 13 runs on 17 hits and no errors. Philadelphia A's scored 7 runs on 14 hits, and they had no errors. They had a wild 9th inning. Well, they had a double, homer, double, single, triple, but they were already 10 runs behind, so it was too little, too late. Final score, Cardinals 13-7. The winning pitcher was Bill Walker. 6 2/3 innings pitched with 3 earned runs surrendered. And the loser is Leroy Mahaffey. 2 2/3 with 4 runs given up. Star of the game is Pepper Martin. He goes 5 for 5, 2 triples, 2 singles, and a double. And he scored 4 runs for St. Louis. The wild horse of the Osage, Pepper Martin, is the star of the game. This is the final game of the first round. The Cardinals will move to the second round, and they will play the Arizona Diamondbacks when we get around to them in round 2. We'll pick up the second round with the 1906 Chicago Cubs hosting the 1917 Chicago White Sox. It's going to be an all-Chicago first round or series for the second round, first series for the second round. Join us for that Monday. Thanks for watching. Good night and God bless.